got the 5-quart Lodge Dutch oven out and the 8-quart. This is a number 10 1/4, at least that's what it says on the inside of the lid. And this is a number 12, which says on the outside of the lid. But we're going to cook peach cobbler today in this one, and cook a chicken in this one. The chicken will have a little bit of chicken broth down in there, an onion or two, some chopped garlic, lemon juice, some Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning, and something called finishing sauce, which is roasted chicken gravy with herbs. And that ought to be interesting. It's all going to go in this larger Dutch oven, and it's going to go out in the fire. These paper towels I have sticking out here is how you store your Dutch oven when not in use. You gotta have some air get in there. You don't want to just set the lid down on top. It'll start rusting and all kinds of weird things will happen. Someone even told me it'll turn sour after it's been seasoned. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't had a Dutch oven long enough, but I store mine. It's just a paper towel folded up, and it lets the air in. The old fire's getting ready for the cook pot, and I want to have plenty of wood in there with plenty of coals, because I'm going to set the chicken in the Dutch oven right down in the coals, and then take some of those coals and put them on top. So one thing about living in the country, there's always plenty of wood available for this sort of thing. Well, there she is. Now we'll go ahead and put the top on her. I put a couple of small pieces of wood around, all the way around the edge, to kind of keep the heat going. And after a little while, I'll go ahead and shovel some coals on top. Okay, this is Great Grandma, or my mother-in-law, and she's 81 years young. And have you ever, I have an important question, have you ever in your whole life made a peach cobbler?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
How many do you think you've made?
Well, about once a week.
Once a week? All right.
Yeah, ever since I've been married.
Wow. Okay, now you told me that when I mix up the cake batter, not to use water. Go ahead and use the juice of the peaches, and it tastes a lot better.
Yeah.
And you put half the batter in the bottom of the pan, put your peaches on top, and then pour the remainder of the batter over the top. Now, do I have to add anything else to that?
Well, I usually add a little bit of flavor.
What kind of flavor?
Vanilla.
Vanilla, a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you just mix it in with the batter?
Yeah.
Okay, about half of what now?
About half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon, and that'll take care of the whole cobbler, huh?
Yeah.
And no cinnamon, none of that nutmeg or any of that stuff, or whatever you. I don't know much about cooking. No sugar, no nut. All right, I'm going to give it a try. Here goes. By the way, she's doing the laundry today. She's the laundry expert around here. All right, Grandma said I also have to add an egg to this thing. So let me see if I can do this one-handed. Probably not. Nope, didn't think so. Okay, Wifey has come along and rescued me here. She said I needed an additional egg, and how much oil?
1/3 cup.
1/3 cup of oil, and then I should be using the mixer here. I don't know how to turn it on. I guess like that, right?
He failed to measure how much.
Who cares? I'm the cooker.
So now we've got to add more liquid to get it to the right texture. A little bit at a time.
All right, all right. We'll add a little bit of water. She's adding a little bit there. Okay, it's all been mixed up nice and creamy and everything. You know, Wifey thinks I should have read, to get this batter mixed up right. She thinks I should have read the back of the box. And sure, yeah, right. No way. All right, now I'll go to peaches in there. All right. Now we'll spread those around. I'm going to have to clean my camera when I get down here. I'm getting all this gook and crap all over my camera. Alright, let's go ahead and spread it around nice and even like. I'll tell you what, I know what I'm doing when it comes to cooking cobbler. Yes, I do. Grandma? Great Grandma's laughing. Alright, now we'll pour the rest of the batter on top of that. Alright, the batter is being spread around to cover the peaches all the way around. One of these days I'm going to break down and get me one of those chimney starters for charcoal. But in the meantime, the old coffee can does the job. All you have to do is make sure it's up off the surface a little bit so it has some air. throw your charcoal in there. I like the self-start stuff, the self-lighting charcoal. No sense wasting time. When it's done, you just grab it with your tongs, lift it up, and the stuff just falls out of the bottom, all lit. Good to go. Alright, we're fixing to check it, and Wifey, she's going to look at our chicken to see if it meets her approval. Gotta be careful, I don't want any ashes and everything in our chicken.
Done.
You think it's done?
Yep.
Alright, Wifey says it's the chicken's done, but I decided to go ahead and take all the coals that were around the bottom and pile them on top. See if we can't brown it just a little bit more. And now it's time to remove the charcoal from the copper can and get cooking on our cobbler. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Alright, this lodge lid can be flipped upside down and put on there like that to hold charcoal. So what we're going to do now is we want some heat on the bottom and on the top, of course. We're just going to start loading up some charcoal on top of there, just like that. Then we'll push it a little bit around the bottom here as well. Alright, let's open it up and see what we got here. See if we browned out just a little bit. I only want it a little bit browned out, not a whole lot. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Ooh, that smells really good too. Okay, the Dutch oven has been brought inside and set up on top of the stove. There's no heat here, and we put that chicken gravy with herbs down in the bottom of it, that stuff that was in that package. And now we're sort of basting it around, and we're just going to put the lid back on and let it sit there for a while. For the purposes of even heating, because some of these charcoals are a lot hotter than the other, you're supposed to rotate your Dutch oven about a quarter of a turn every 5 to 10 minutes, and then rotate the lid a quarter of a turn the opposite direction, which is what I just did. Wifey says the peach cobbler is now done. This dark mark you see in the center was caused by the handle on the bottom of the lid. This thing came up so far that it hit the handle, but she says it's all done. I was kind of hoping we'd have some bubbly stuff up through there, but it didn't quite work out that way. It might have been because I forgot to put the butter in. Yeah, live and learn. We'll see how it tastes. And here we are, all done, Saturday afternoon. Wifey's untying the chicken, the Dutch oven chicken. We have broccoli and cheese, rice made in a Japanese rice cooker, Japanese rice by the way, and of course my Jewish rye. I'm the only one here that likes that. A noodle kind of salad of some sort, and some of the sauce from the bottom of the Dutch oven that cooked the chicken. And all we have left to do now is, and of course we got some Hawaiian punch. The only thing we have left to do now is to later on sample the peach cobbler. We just got done watching a movie, eating some of our peach cobbler with ice cream over it. We heated it up. The cobbler is just a tad dry. I probably should have put a little more, maybe some milk in it or something. But it tasted good. I mean, how can you fail when you got cake and peaches and juice? But other than that, next time we'll try it a little bit differently. But it tasted good with we heated it up and put that ice cream on. It was wonderful.